Julia Brim Edwards.
Present.
Dick Withnow.
Present.
Kay Turan.
I'm present.
Great. So the meeting is convened. We have a quorum, and we're going to start this morning's meeting. We have an hour and a half set aside. We're going to start the meeting this morning with an executive session, and at some point we'll likely shift back into a public session. So this is the formal part of the meeting. The Personnel Management and Oversight Subcommittee will now meet in executive session for the purpose of evaluating the employment-related performance of the Chief Education Officer of the Oregon Education Investment Board. The executive session is held pursuant to ORS 192-6602, which allows the subcommittee to meet in executive session to, quote, review and evaluate the employment-related performance of the Chief Executive Officer of any public body, a public officer, employee, or staff member who does not request an open hearing. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience will be asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in an executive session. At the end of the executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back into the room. So for those who, if there's anybody else on the line aside from the committee members, when we officially open the executive session, we will be discontinuing. We'll be discontinuing the public call and starting a separate executive session call. If you'd like to be on the line when we come back into open session, you'll have to redial the number and then wait for us to come back. At this time, we don't know how long that will be.
Hey, Julia, this is Betsy Hammond from the Oregonian, and I have the legal right to attend the executive session, and I didn't quite track what you said is going to technologically take place now.
So, have you sent Betsy the...
No. Good morning, Betsy. This is Seth Allen.
Hi, Seth.
Hi.
So when we give, in a moment Seth will give you the number, when we provide the phone number to the board members to call back in on the executive session line, Seth will email you the phone line for you to call in on the executive session.
Got it. And I agree to abide by the terms, of course.
Okay. So we're going to hang up the first line, and then Betsy, I'll give Seth, if he doesn't have it, your email address to send the phone number and the participant code.
And then Dick and Kay will also call in.
And Dick and Kay, will need to call back in to the other line.
Okay, we'll do right now.
At this time, I am going to reconvene the public portion, moving out of executive session, reconvene the OEIB's Personnel Management and Oversight Subcommittee. We have a quorum of the committee present, and we are at the agenda item of moving forward on recommending a process for presenting the subcommittee's findings to the board. So I'd entertain a motion of tasking the chair with creating a draft narrative of the performance evaluation to be presented to the full board by the committee at its next board meeting.
I make a motion that as chair of our subcommittee prepare a narrative that reflects the evaluation of our chief educational officer to be submitted at the next OEIB board meeting for approval.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We will proceed. Anything else by anybody on the committee before we adjourn the meeting?
I Just to say again, on behalf of Kay, I know she feels the same way. Thanks, Julia, for your hard work on this thing and your time.
You're welcome.
Huge thank you, because I know this can be very, very time consuming, but you were able to gather some excellent input. I think the bottom line is that we all think Nancy's doing an excellent job. And the question that I think the OEIB board needs to answer is how much more support do we need to provide her to take on some of the courageous objectives that I think we as a board need to take on as we move forward.
Yeah, I think that is a really important question and discussion for us to have as we have sort of the next stage of the conversation with Nancy, which is about the go forward.
Right. And also, at the suggestion of, as Kay mentioned before, let's be sure to include that you're meeting monthly and going through the process of this with our CEO. You're meeting monthly on personnel matters and oversight.
I've got that. I will definitely add that.
Yeah, I think that's really key.
Okay.
Okay, we're done?
Thank you both. The meeting is adjourned.